Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn off their self-titled debut album, St. Ricketts, www.stricketts.com. Fire Cannot Burn. 8 years running. Shut the fellas off. Thank you very much for that. And I will say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday night. Had fun with Triple Rail Turn last Friday. This Friday, however, free Luke Bryan tickets. Can't beat that. Diversified in the house. Luther Sr., what is up, dude? We'll talk about Diversified a little bit later on in the program. But let's get started. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday night, 100% live. Here we are. This is the O Show. Yes, I have seen Sydney Sweeney's new bathwater soap. Soap containing Sydney Sweeney's used bathwater. Good night. Tuesday night, we got an awesome show for you. Welcome back. I'm Jeff the Shark Purney, as you know. Coming up around 8:30 tonight, we got an awesome guest, super cool rock band out of the Massachusetts area. Once again, man, pound your social media. You never know who you're going to find. Tonight, around 8:30 p.m., the dudes from Verona Rose. That's right. I'm going to play a couple songs from them. Their new one is a Rock and Roll Stars cover of an Oasis song. It's great. They got a couple of originals we're going to play as well. So here we are. Tuesday night, as you know, and as I've been saying, the O Show is going on there, a little construction. Got some new things building. Little pictures are in there, a lot of changes, but good changes. Nothing crazy. A little scene change, and hopefully this horrible tooth change soon, too. But, yeah, some ideas, some projects, some things in the works. Tuesday and Wednesday nights. We're going to keep doing it here at the Air Show. Tonight, Verona Rose. Don't forget, tomorrow night, if you're tuning in, our good friends, 8 o'clock p.m., Astro Fells are in the house. We talk about the awesome show coming to Harrah's this weekend, as well as their new album. Stick with us, man. We've got a great week, great couple weeks, a great future of things happening here on the O Show. Verona Rose, like I said, 8:30 p.m. Massive thank you to last week's guest, The Weekend Lesbians. They were a lot of fun. Some great songs, great chat. And I found this. They sent this. Look at the right picture. Is that it? No. That's the Harrah's John. Here it is. The Weekend Lesbians took a picture and shared their story of them pointing at me on camera before they came on. Thank you, ladies. That's super cool. I really love that. Sideways. Thanks so much for having us, the Issue 215. Probably took that after our little chat. Great band, Weekend Lesbians. Loved having them. We thank them very much. Up 24's in the house. Yo, Jeff Moshpit Perini. What is up, fellas? Got to hang out with the dudes from Up 24 last weekend with the Key Concert Series up at the Water Tower in Oaks. I got to tell you, hats off to the Water Tower. Thank you. Great sound, great venue, great show. Altruistic Vision. Our dudes from Moonroof are in the house. We love Moonroof. Finally got to meet them. That was awesome. The Grimjacks. Altruistic Vision. Did I mention it? Altruistic Vision. Grimjacks. Oh, and Tim Cole. Of course, Tim Cole played a set. So thank you. And the dudes from Up 24 were cool enough to come hang out. Ryan and Cuthbert and what a place, man. Drank some beers, hung out, talked about music. They've got new stuff coming out. We got to book a date for that. More of a, we'll keep it for a surprise. But new stuff from Up 24, one of our favorite bands, coming very soon. And we're going to get to you here on the O Show. A sad story, because we got to do some sad stuff as well. I got to do a little bit of everything here. It's kind of the magic. And trust me, soon enough, we're coming. I got a lot of guest co-hosts lined up. So you're not just going to hear and see me all night. I'm sure they get tired after a while. But rest in peace, actress Loretta Swit. And of course, MASH, one of the most successful programs of all time. One of the biggest last episodes of all time. And my wife is in the house as well. Cassie Perini in the house. That great picture of us from the MM Barbecue. Also saying hey to the Up 24 boys. She's a big fan. And she is rocking that bass a little bit better every day. She's getting good at it. I really like it. Watch them fingers fly across that bass. Bass, man. Bass and drummers. No offense to the singers and guitarists, but Anyway, Loretta Swit, remember, of course, growing up, 87 years old. Wow. Grew up watching MASH. A lot of people grew up watching MASH in the last episode. And the some of the, like, the edgy content about it and some of the funniness of it. And, Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan was the character. Never really found it that attractive. A lot of dudes did. And that's fine. But great actress. 87 years old. Rest in peace to MASH star, Hot Lips Houlihan, Loretta Swit. It's sad. I absolutely hate to see that. But yeah, we talked about this past weekend, the Water Tower Key Concert Series with a lot of shows booked. We're going to talk about one in late June coming up. This past weekend, again, the Water Tower in Oaks, which is a great place right next door to Arnold's, where there's bumper cars and go-karts and arcades and all that great stuff. So it's a nice place for the whole family, and you can come check out some music, have some food and drink. And venue's pretty cool. Nice little room inside with tables and chairs, dance floor, stage, altruistic vision. I walked in the middle of that. Awesome. My good friend Tim Jones did an awesome job with that band. They were outstanding. Tim Cole did a little techno and DJing kind of thing with effects and sounds. That was very cool. We love that. JD Wolf in the house. What is going on? Oh, shoot. I almost missed it because I was Tom Nussbigel from St. Ricketts. Sup, dude? Good to see you. Good to see you too, dude. And I'm telling you, I need I need that band back. Key Concert Series, man. We'll just play somewhere. Hello from River Valley. Hello. So, Tim Cole, the Grimjacks, of course, we love the Grimjacks. Good friends of the show here, this podcast. And Moonroof. And I got to tell you, man, all the years that I've been loving Moonroof and having them on the show, a band that Jewel Taney discovered, band from Philly, and I walk in, I see them, I kind of recognize who they are, and I walk over and I'm like, hey guys. And they're like, holy shit, finally, like we're meeting in person. It's just really cool. And such a performance. Oh, great pick. Dude, they're so good. I don't know if anybody caught some of the video. They also did a cover too. I got a set list here. We'll talk about that later. They even did Teenage Dirtbag, which is like my wife's favorite song. I tried to FaceTime her. No luck. That's okay. John Simon's in the house. We have a Key Concert Series. John and SR Promotions and myself. And a great night at the Water Tower. Kind of a little bit more like we're hoping for. Good crowds and the band's hanging out and people mingling and mixing and just having a lot of fun. So there's a lot to do there. So the Water Tower is definitely cool. Pottstown is definitely cool. There's some great places that we're starting to book shows with the Key Concert Series. And let's just keep on doing it, man. Let's support live music. Even your dudes like Octane were saying it at the MM Barbecue. And these dudes, Fat Mez. I got my Fat Mez shirt. My wife called Fat Mez last week with Lady White Rat. They're saying, man, keep supporting local, live, and original music. Keep doing it. Let's do it. Let's keep on doing it because there's bands out there with talent. And people reach out to me lately and said, hey, I want to know a little bit about what you got going on. And bands are like, hey, man, we want to be a part of what's going on. That's what we're here for. That's what drives us. That's one of the key things, no pun intended, one of the key things that bring us here each and every Tuesday and Wednesday night, supporting all these great acts, artists, great people in the industry. Like I said, my wife picked up an instrument. We go to Guitar Center a lot to get up a lot of our needs. Shout out to Dan over there at Guitar Center. And, of course, we love Dan. Shout out to everybody at Guitar Center. Cool people. Great place. Like my wife said, like, I could sit here all day. Blank. I can sit here all day and just talk to these guys. So they're fun. They got great stories, music stories. They're former musicians, current musicians, all that stuff. So pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. You did an amazing job emceeing and on the dance floor. If we build it together, they will come. I agree. Like I said, a lot of great shows coming up. We're going to talk about the one at the end of June because this lineup, all 6 acts that are coming to Pottstown is incredible. And it's just, so many good things and so many good bands out there. And we're trying to make it grow a little bit at a time, whatever it takes. Even if it takes a makeover. I'm telling you. Coming soon. Get ready. let's do some music. It's time. Verona Rose is the band. Massachusetts band. Of course, I found them through the magic of social media. This one is out right now. This is the new one. And it's an Oasis cover of a song, Rock and Roll Star. I want to put that on there. My wife just said, let me get back here real quick. She said, literally could hang in there for hours, but they never have any left-handed bass guitars anymore. Oh, yeah. JD Wolf says hello. My wife, of course, being a left-handed player. And she's going to be this, with the name of the song, Rock and Roll Star. Tonight's guest, Verona Rose. We're going to play it here for you. It's, whoops, I'm backwards and I put my thing here. It's about 5 minutes and 47 seconds long. So hang in there, chill out, grab a cocktail, turn up the volume, tell your friends, text some people, tell them to get on. Great band, great show. Tuesday night, Verona Rose. This is the show. We'll be right back. Enjoy. Or else.
You're not concerned.
Holy smokes, and a massive round of applause. Soon to be a little different round of applause. Verona Rose! Man, that baby was absolutely dandy. Rock and roll star. Shout out to every rock and roll star. Love the vibe, too. I love it very much. Love their whole look. Love the vibe. It's a Massachusetts band, Verona Rose. Got lucky to find them on social media. Like I said, keep digging, and it gets sent my way. Dude is like dancing. Yeah, they're dudes, no doubt about it. Like, they're like dudes. Very cool. Great band. Shout out to their PR team for putting this together tonight. They'll be here around 8:30 p.m. Bring your setbacks. You know, I say live happens. But Verona Rose is the band. They got a brand new song, of course. Like I said, that remake right there. They've had an EP out. Their website, everything's down the bottom. Check them out and enjoy what you're hearing here for the Key Concert, for the O Show. Part of the Key Concert series. Also, excuse me, as I belch ridiculously. I think it's something to go on with that. Don't forget, of course, the O Show this October is going to TwitchCon. Myself and Mr. Brent Morrell will be in the house trying to film some stuff, too, and shoot it live from one of the biggest overall content creator spots in America, San Diego, California, this October. The Yo Show TwitchCon. Other stuff coming, too. I'm getting invited to pop in places and collab and do some stuff. Hey, what's up, Jeff? It's Jason. I hope you're having an incredible night, Jeff. Drinking some Metal High Life? Maybe it's supposed to be Miller High Life. All good. Life is good. Oh, Miller High Life. Okay, guys. Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. I've been around, bro. I have. No, it says mental. I'm using. Dying. Thanks, bro. Yeah, this is Fat Mez. One of the awesome local bands around here. They played the MM Barbecue as well. Last week, they played Kung Fu Necktie. Kung Fu Necktie? I always get them confused. Anyway, they were there. Lady White Rat was there. My wife scored Fat Mez shirt and a Fat Mez sticker. They are a great band, Angela, and of course you would know. Of course, our dudes from Harkin, and of course your daughter as well. We're going to talk about them a little bit later on in a performance late July that they're going to be having. So we do appreciate that. And it says right here, Fat Mez loves Cooter. And God, for the sake of our PG rating, I hope that's the dog's name. Okay. See, when you have nobody to laugh at your jokes on site, it hurts a little bit. You're going to learn a lot at the Twitch of the Con. I believe that. Brent is like stoking me out big time, telling me all the stuff to see and how great it's going to be. And what the heck happened to my thingy here? How great it's going to be. And I'm excited for it. God, you know, we see on a huge screen and realize this tooth needs to get fixed soon. Terrible. I got a loose tooth. Not ashamed to talk about it. I didn't realize how big it can look. Gracious. Yeah, we're going to learn a lot of TwitchCon. Looking very much forward to that. So, of course, we have Angela, who I appreciate you being in the house. We do want to mention a key concert series. I know there's one this Friday, but it's conflicting on something else. So we're going to go to the flyer for the next one. And this one is June the 28th, near the end of the month. It's at the Cosmic Art Center in Pottstown, Cosmic Art Studio, 310 East High Street in Pottstown. This is a lineup that I swear to God was made 100% for me from head to toe. Our tremendous friends from Crooked Ways will be in the house. Dark Fly, the Grimjacks, and the return of the Jaspers. That's not 4 holy shit bands right there. It gets better. Downstairs at the Cosmic Art and T-Bar acoustic performances by our great friends Burden of Guilt, Josh and Reese in the house. And of course, speaking of Angela, her lovely daughter Justina and Sophie will be performing as well in the acoustic set. 6 absolutely sensational acts. One amazing show, one amazing venue, one great team brings to the Key Concert Series. It's Rockfest, June 28th at the Cosmic Art Studio, 310 East High Street, Pottstown, PA. Crooked Ways, Dark Fly, the Grimjacks, the Jaspers, Burden of Guilt, Justina and Sophie, brought to you by SRR Promotions and the Yo Show, and I am out of breath. Sorry, people. I do, let's get these guys a photo. Wouldn't that be awesome? They're a Massachusetts band, but, little travel, little cash. Yeah, that's going to be a great show. I'm very excited to have the girls there. Excited to have all them bands there. It's going to be great. I have to ask, are you going to New Jersey Exotica a year? Because I would be there. I don't think so. Probably not. I don't think my wife would be too keen on me going to Exotica either. Shout out to my man, Ray Chase. We miss you. This looks like something you would put together. Yeah, it's a dandy. It's a dandy, JD. I'm psyched for this one, man. All 6 performances are going to be fantastic. It's going to be tremendous. Looking so forward to it. And, a couple of bands, Crooked Ways. Kind of new to John. Hasn't seen him yet. Seeing him live certainly is awesome. Now, the Jaspers are performing, and I heard a little collab that's going to go on there. It's going to be super cool. Look forward to that. I don't care. I know you don't care. But there's so much more to do here. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Summertime is packed with shows. And I do want to remind everybody this weekend, as I get the flyer came out so small. My gracious apologies to Elena Brocas. But, gotta find that flyer. Man, my eyes are so bad. Here it is, very small. Tell Cheyenne I said hi to talk to her. She's been very busy. It's been tough to get her back here. Says she, of course, misses us. But, work schedule thing is very tough for her. Anyway, this Saturday, June 7th, Harris Chester, The Block. Our great friends, our 2 sets of great friends, Strange Culture and Astrophils in the house. Astrophils are going to be releasing some brand new music. I'm going to be hearing it that night. Strange Culture is back in Philly, where we love them. It's going to be awesome. MC, of course, Jeff the Shark Purdy from the Yo Show. Elena Brocas promotion along with Flight Entertainment. It's going to be a dandy. June 7th. That's this weekend. I'll be there. No money involved. Pay my bar tab. Speaking of bar tab tonight, a shout out to the awesome people at Surfside here. Stateside Vodka. It's just probably the most popular drink. Not even in PA anymore. Like, they sell it at the Orioles game in Baltimore. And I'm hearing they're selling it places out west. And I'm going to tell you, it's fantastic. A little dangerous, but delicious, nevertheless. Oh, man. That's a topic. And I'm not going to do it yet. Because Verona Rose could be popping in any moment. But yeah, man, and it got to be so crazy around here because there was this thing, if you Google it, you're going to see, here's like Geno's Steaks, and they changed the name up for a whole mess. Just a whole mess. Sponsor, right? Sponsor, please, indeed. EA Sports World. Speaking of sponsors and cool things we do, we, of course, want to mention that we are a very proud sponsor of 717 Entertainment. My good friend Nick Myers and some of the amazing shows that he puts on in the area. We love it. Yeah, we're a proud sponsor of 717 Entertainment. We're also a proud partner of Delco James. Shout out Delco James, who does great video work. And we love it. Got a little sidetracked. Read something real quick. There's issues. Just trying to make sure that we get these fills here on time. Always good to check. You always check to see if there's any last minute technical things that went on. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Little Turn It On Again by Genesis. Don't worry. Soon enough, we're going to have stuff that'll get in the way of all that nonsense. You don't have to hear me so much. Green Shades, dude. Yep, absolutely. And you know what? While we're on the construction, I moved some stuff. Green Shades are on the other table. Last week I forgot I had them on. That's how awesome they were. All right, so at the moment, still expecting Verona Rose. No issues. No post anyway about issues. Exhaust every option, just in case. Okay, so far so good. All right. Sorry about that. I had to lose it there for a second. So let's go to the big scoreboard, of course. Let's see what's going on this evening in Major League Baseball. And your Philadelphia Phillies have a 7-0 lead in the top of the fifth over the Toronto Blue Jays. That's a beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful. Trey Turner with a home run. Bryce Harper with a home run. Phillies tearing it up tonight. A lot of run support for Chris Sanchez, who filled in. All right, enough of my talk. The moment you guys all come in here for. My wife's upstairs absolutely freaking out from what she heard. Absolutely loves it. J.D. Wolf and all our good fans here love what we hear. Let's bring out tonight's guest. Like I said, the magic of social media, man, that algorithm and all they say, and people are like, sometimes it does for the best. And this band got tossed out to my Instagram. I checked it out and immediately went to find ways to contact, made the contact, and they are here tonight. We played their awesome rock and roll superstar a few minutes ago. Let's bring out the dudes from Verona Rose, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Guys, how you doing?
What's going on, Jeff? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. There we go. Excellent. Do I get everybody?
Hey, Jeff. How are you?
Doing great,
What's
man.
going on?
Hey, man. I thank you guys for showing. We got Johnny, and Dante, and Anthony, the piano man. I like how you snuck that in there. Very cool.
Thank you.
So let's get right to it, man. Big shout out on the latest, the Rock and Roll Star. It's a great song. We played it here earlier. I love the way you guys did it and worked your magic with it. My wife's upstairs going nuts for it. She's like, these dudes are legit. Tell us a little something about it. That song, why you picked that song, and the process of putting it together.
For sure. So we always love that song. Obviously, shout out Oasis, Noel and Liam. They're two brothers. I don't know if you could. Us. Yeah. I don't know if you could tell we're brothers too. We're the only difference is we're Italian. Not British.
Shout out.
Shout out. But it's just a great song. Just a great message. It's kind of. The whole message is about being a rock and roll star and just getting out of Dodge. And that's kind of the whole theme of the record that we're actually right in the midst of making right now. We're actually going in Friday to track. We just think it's a killer tune. And what can I say?
Very cool. I guess we'll go around the room. Dante, how did you kind of feel about this number?
It was definitely a great tune. One of our faster ones. I like writing personally faster tracks. So it's just something to get your feet moving, and just an overall great tune. I loved tracking it with Johnny here, and we're brothers, like we said, if you couldn't tell. So it's just an all around great tune. I loved Wiz is one of my favorite bands. So
yeah, you guys did a killer job with it too. Anthony, how'd you feel, man? Because you guys definitely put a little bit of your own spin on it, and like I said, it's a perfect rock song. So for a rock band this day and age, excellent choice. Anthony, how'd you feel?
Yeah, so it's already been said twice by Johnny and Dante, but given the fact that the Gallagher brothers are the ones who originally wrote the song, and now the Maglita brothers get to put their own spin on it, and I feel like an honorary brother of theirs. It just was a great experience to go into the studio and track it. We even put a music video together live, and we all recorded it live. It was great, and one of my favorite things is the harmonies on the chorus and the intro. Like as you said, we put our spin on it, so we kind of had the intro be a little bit different. Rather than starting with the guitar, we started with the isolated vocal harmony just to kind of pick. I really like how we made it our own, so I was excited to kind of finally have our first cover recorded.
Yeah, it's a good one too. And I'll go over to Andy. Andy kind of snuck in on us. Welcome, Andy Paul. So Andy, I noticed we got a LaRusso and we got two Italian guys up top. You Italian as well, or you like the outcast, not Italian guy?
He's an honorary Italian.
He was indicted, you know, or
Inducted.
Inducted. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually Arabic.
Oh,
I
really?
guess I got kind
All
of
right.
the same look, sort of.
Sure.
Yeah, I actually thought Giancarlo was Arabic when I first met him.
Yeah. It's all the same part of the world, you know?
Sorry I'm late,
Is
guys.
that
I
right?
thought we were meeting at 8:30.
I tell you, sometimes I tell people a few minutes early and they come in and I just get two things. I get so excited, and I usually have a co-host, but I've been out with a co-host for about a month or two. So hearing my own voice for a half hour straight, I'm like, guys, bring the band out early. Let's just do this. Because I hear enough of me, and I'm like, if everybody's got to be sick out there. They want to meet the superstars behind it. But Andy, how'd you feel about that song, that Rock and Roll Star? I think it's great. We're talking about your spin on it. How'd you feel making that one, and was it a choice you enjoyed?
It was definitely a fun experience. That was actually my first song recorded with Verona, as I am the newest member since last June.
Yeah, coming up on a year.
Yeah, coming up on a year. But yeah, the whole process was great. You know, we picked it, and then, you know, I remember just hearing it for the first time coming back, and I'm like, wow, like that sounds badass, you know. But yeah, it was definitely a fun time making that song.
Very cool. And no offense to any bands that have been on here, we've had nothing but superstar bands and superstar artists. I always look for that one song and I think, I can't wait to play it for the audience of this show. And that right away, I'm like, I just can't wait to put it on because it makes me feel just so great sending it out there for people who might be new to you. So your original stuff is cool too. You guys had an EP out recently, and now maybe going back a little bit to the singles. Tell us about creating an EP, because that is something that some bands right now refuse to do. Like, it's a lot of work, and we got to get the people the singles. Sometimes make them yearn a little bit. So tell us a little something about the EP creation, and we're bringing down that road.
Yeah, no doubt. We put out Hello. That's the name of the EP. We had a bunch of songs, Dante and I. We actually originally started as a two-piece and brought these fine gentlemen, our brothers, in here. But Hello, the EP, we put out a couple years ago? God,
Years ago.
We had some songs floating around. Sub Rosa, Real Cold, first couple, Ghosts, all fan favorites at this point. But we kind of were just knocking those tunes around, and we're like, we ought to get in the studio. Shout out our producer, Matty Alexander, out of Boston. Phenomenal guy. He works with us to this day, and we love working with him. But he was like, guys, let's use COVID. We put that out right after COVID, recorded it during COVID, and it's 5 tracks, few singles on that, couple fresh ones. And we were like, damn, like we have to put something out. You know, there's a lot of cover bands now, a lot of cover bands that do well, and rock and roll is just sort of a lost art. And we figured we were sort of shot in the arm for that genre. So, like, let's put out 5 solid tunes that we got and find some guys that feel the same way. And here we are, and we're on to our debut record. So,
Very cool.
Yeah, a little backstory on the album cover, the Hello EP. So we got that idea. We're out having drinks in Worcester. That's where we kind of hang out.
Central Massachusetts.
Yeah, you know, out here in in there, the city of Worcester. You know, so, but it's like, Worcestershire sauce. You know,
Right.
but it's like anybody knows who that is, or what that is. But
I know. Makes me hungry for a steak now. I know.
Right. But we were out. We got the name Hello from this. It was like this light that it's at this bar called Valentino's in Worcester. So it's like this cocktail bar that we had our own like kind of lounge. It's like in the corner, and then it says "Hello, gorgeous" in pink. We're like, that's pretty rare.
I saw Dante, and it was just so lo-fi and spur of the moment. We're like, that's it.
Right.
Like that's
Worcester.
Actually came out pretty cool though. I like that background, that backdrop.
Thank
So
you.
you guys said you're out having drinks. Anthony, Andy, you agree with this? Like, you guys don't drink, do you? Rock stars?
Oh, come on.
What do you think?
We're actually all in bed by 8 p.m. every night. So
We stick with Saratoga water and Fiji.
There you go. Andy, you seem like a beer guy to me.
Give or take. I've actually been experimenting with a little bit of tequila lately.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby. That's okay.
I haven't explored that genre yet,
I've been a bad influence on him. Tequila is my drink of choice.
There you
Yeah, I
go.
was a good kid until I met these guys.
See that? It's over now. It's going to be on, what was that VH1 show? Behind the Music. Someday when you guys do it Behind the Music, we're going to talk all about that stuff. It's funny because my wife said, she texted me, listen to the song, how do we get these guys to PA? Tequila shots, beer? Heck, I gotta find some sponsors and travel you guys down here. That'd be a kick-ass
Well,
time.
Jeff, it's funny you mention that. My girlfriend is actually from South Jersey,
Really?
and I love that area. I was actually in Miami at an Eagles bar for
Nice.
the for the Super Bowl. I was convinced I was the only Patriots fan in the house, but love Philly, love the whole area. I got to say, go Birds.
My man.
All
right.
It's if the Pats are out and they've been a tough team lately, I'm rooting for Saquon. So
We like it. Hopefully the Madden curse doesn't kick in again this year because we need Saquon. It's funny you talk about Massachusetts and little sports talk and people this and that. And I do want to talk about the Massachusetts music scene. So now it is around here. There's a lot of community of late. There's a little bit of competition. There's some bands who just don't want to work and with others. But how do you guys see it out there? We'll start with Andy, work the other way around. How do you guys see the Massachusetts scene? Does it seem like you get along good with a lot of the bands and a lot of promoters and venues?
Yeah, we're friends with quite a few bands around here.
Yeah.
We make great relationships with every venue that we play at, every promoter that we meet. We make friends with everybody, to say the least. We're always looking to meet new people, go out, see new shows, hop on bills with new bands, just kind of explore what's out here in Massachusetts. And there's a couple of bands that we really like working with and a couple of bands that really like working with us. And it's great. It's a good community.
It's definitely the way to do it. And you just said the key word we say around here, community. Absolutely. Anthony, we'll go over to you.
Yeah, so it's definitely a great music scene in the Worcester area and the Boston area. It's a lot of cover bands out there that bars are, the community's used to because it's safe and everybody wants to go out there and hear covers. And sometimes club owners can be a little, wary when they hear that because they're like, people want to come in and we hear the hits. And then a couple of times we've come in and I think one club owner had said that she felt like she was transported back to the 80s, like seeing an up-and-coming band for the first time playing their original music. She was like, I was a little iffy when you said that you guys do original music, but the way that we fit it into our set, because we do play plenty of the songs that everybody knows and loves, whether
Sure.
it's from the 70s, 80s, all the way through today. So you still get that familiarity, but you still get to hear our set. And sometimes even some people in the crowd have said, I can't even tell what's your original and what's the cover music because it sounds, you guys mix it in so well. So it's definitely a very high compliment. And we love getting the opportunity to showcase that in the
Sure. And that's pretty cool. And we started preaching that around here. Throw in some covers as well as your originals because people do like the hits when they go to the bars and all that, and even the venues. But put your own stuff in there as well. You guys got somebody late. Mateus, is he with you?
We'll take him.
Just take him. Matthias said it. Just take him.
Howdy.
Matthias in the house.
Hey.
Now it's a party.
How you doing, mate? You got a little bit of an echo there.
Yeah, there's a little echo.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, there's a little echo.
All right, turn the mic. Well, we'll let him work on it. Now your mic's off, so we're losing you altogether here. Kick him back out of the room.
Sorry about that. I can just keep my mouth shut if I have to.
So we'll ask Johnny and Dante about like the venues, the scene, everything out in the Massachusetts area.
Yeah. So, hold on. Hey, Matthias, you mind going on mute? A little bit of echo there.
Yeah, make
we're
sure
still rolling it. So yeah, I mean the scene's great out here. It's different. It's not
Lost him.
L.A. It's not New York. Oh, did we lose him? We lost him.
Yeah, but he's back there again. I got to try and pop him back in. I tried to clear something and pop like the echo out, but it lost him, but he's still back there though.
It was fine when he muted himself. I don't know where he left.
Was it? Okay, there he is. He's back.
There he's back.
Oh, great.
There's still that echo, but
But
Okay,
you got
there you go.
to button it off. It's just feedbacking.
There we
All
go.
right, cool. Here we go. Sweet. So
All right.
yeah, the scene out here is different. It's a little smaller. It's not L.A. It's not New York. It's not Nashville. You know. That being said, it's thriving and it's a very vibrant scene. Lot of bands around here with a very classic sound, I think, that are up and coming, which is kind of cool to see. Historically in Massachusetts, you had the hardcore punk scene. You know, you had bands like Stained and Five Finger Death Punch, I believe, coming out of Western Mass. But now it's kind of cool to see that there's a classic, I call it new fashioned rock and roll making a comeback with that sound. 70s, 80s, etc. It's funny too because we're all about Aerosmith and the Rolling Stones and Zeppelin and a million other bands, but it's cool to see that. I mean, you had a band called Boston, obviously,
sure.
back in the 70s. You had Aerosmith. We're basically in Aerosmith's backyard right now.
The
We
Cars.
live, the Cars. We live Dante and I live 10 minutes from where Joe Perry grew up in Hopedale.
Yeah.
So it's a cool scene to see happening right now. It's a smaller one, but it's a little more unique. It's fun.
I like that. We'll go. Did we get everybody on this one? Oh, we didn't get Dante. Last but not least.
Yeah, last but not least. I mean, we touched on before, who we connect with bands, right? I mean, I just want to emphasize that, we're a band that wants to go the distance, right? So, we try to network with bands who are on our level of potential. We saw, a couple bands will name drop, Dirty Honey, for instance. We saw them. Where do we see them?
We saw them in Boston.
In Boston, yeah.
Big
That was
night.
on Big Night Live. It's connected to the TD Garden.
Yeah, we've been there a couple times. Very good spot. I love the city venues, the bigger venues.
Urban areas.
Yeah, we also saw the band Feel. They're pretty tight band. They got a 70s vibe to them. But bands like that,
Royal Blood.
yeah, Royal
Ah,
Blood,
yeah.
just to name a few. But and then I mean, bands like that, we're just, we're still basically still in a startup phase, if you will. But you know what? It's just about just making that right move or connection, if you will, and just kind of just it's all about shaking hands and just being just having fun, just being friends.
All new rock music is pretty much do it yourself at this point, and that's something we wear proudly on our sleeves.
Yeah, there's no owner's manual to this, So,
Yeah.
If there was, everybody would be reading it and doing the same exact thing, though. So it's good that you kind of, they say you did, to do it yourself kind of thing. Dirty Honey, we were actually lucky enough to get two of the members of that band on here before they really blew up.
It's awesome.
Their PR woman, I ran into her somehow, and she always sent me emails. And she said, I got a bunch of bands coming out with new material. I'm like, what's the chance of getting Dirty Honey? She's like, I can make that work. Now, unfortunately, it was back when my equipment sucked, so it sounds terrible. But somewhere in our archives is us with Dirty Honey.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Well, we love those guys. John, Mark, the whole lot of them. Just a great group.
I agree. Definitely down with that. Let's talk a little bit about writing music because there's 5 of you. And that's a big thing. It's a lot. It's a lot of opinions and a lot of emotions and a lot of thoughts. 2 brothers versus 3 other dudes. Do you guys start by running something between the 2 of you, like being brothers? Like, hey, this sounds cool. Let's bring it to the band. Or how does it go? Does anybody stand out as a writer? Or is it a little bit of everybody? And we'll let Matthias go first. See how he makes out.
How do I sound?
Sound good. You sound really good.
You sound really good.
All right, sweet. I mean, I feel like, well, they usually Johnny starts with the, he's got 3 chords, 4 chords, whatever, and the idea of maybe a chorus or a verse. If you look, he's got notes. He's got his phone's got hundreds of ideas that he's just throughout the day he's thinking about. I'm sure sometimes he wakes up to, like we all do. Sometimes we have dreams. We wake up and it's like we have a song ready to go. Sometimes you just have like bits and pieces, and then over time, by the end of the month, you put all those bits and pieces together, and then you get a song. And every member of the band adds their little spice to it. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, we're all open for there was a couple songs that Anthony has written, and we'll each write our own parts. But yeah, it started with the brothers, and it's evolved. It's evolving, always evolving.
Pretty cool. So I think we still get the echo. So after he talks, we're gonna, I guess, mute him. It looks like he muted himself to keep the echo out, but that's good. We figured it out one way or the other. So we'll save the brothers for last. We'll go to Andy. When it comes to songwriting processes, how much do you like to chime in, or do you kind of wait to hear what everybody else has? What's your input?
Well, so I'm a bassist. I'm obviously not writing guitar parts, but
Right.
I will say,
Shout out to all the bassists out there, by the way.
hell yeah.
Absolutely.
We all really collaborate together when it comes to arranging. I guess, I don't know, as a rhythm player, I guess my role has been mostly arranging songs. Like we've agreed on a lot of arrangements and piecing songs together. I typically write my bass part, and we find ways to fit different parts to create a song. And I don't know, we all just kind of do it together.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anthony, I assume being the piano man, that's going to be kind of the toughest part to add. Am I right, or am I way off there? Is it easier for you to put your piece in the song?
Sometimes. Well, the good thing is sometimes if it starts with guitar and vocals and drums, I have the benefit of kind of hearing the song and hear it kind of progressing from nothing to something. And then all throughout that time, I'll just be listening for hours in the studio, coming up with ideas in my head. I have a little piano app on my phone that I'll even kind of go in and record, and something will come to me. So I think sometimes when I hear the song progress, I come up with my own thoughts. Like that happened in the studio the other day, where we had a song tracked with guitar, bass, drums, scratch vocals, and then we added like this cool keyboard riff right at the beginning that our producer Maddie, who Giancarlo mentioned earlier, had said like it just changes the song completely. But as far as the songwriting process for us as a band, it's definitely collaborative. We leave our egos at the door, and we all know that, we're all trying to accomplish the same goal. So if ideas get shut down or whatever, it's just nobody gets upset about it. It's just we're all, at the end of the day, want to make great songs and great music. So
I love that. And I always say that, like, being a musician and an artist and creating, you're kind of a genius in your own way. Everybody's got this brilliant mind. So, yeah, there can be a lot of ego. Like, I think this is so good, and everybody's like, well, it's good, but maybe we're not going to use it. It does take a lot, so I give all you credit in that process. Now, the last part I want to hear about is the fight over Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner between Johnny and Dante over what they like and hate about each other's music. So how do you guys get into the process of writing?
Well, I definitely echo everything all the guys said. We're very much a democracy, and I like to think we don't even write. I think we're just channeling the muse at the end of the day. All the great songs are already written, and we're just trying to unlock each bit of the song. And we're all doing that very much collaboratively. So, but in terms of, maybe getting the process going, it always hits me when I'm driving, like a riff or an idea. It's never when I'm sitting down and consciously just trying to write. It's always like, 5 minutes, boom. for example, like that song "City Car" we did that we put out last summer. It's just like a 5 minute kind of thing, and then I had an idea, brought it to the rest of the guys, and they, brought their separate parts.
Yeah.
and
Ghost too.
Ghost, yeah,
Yeah.
all Verona Rose songs write themselves, and we all have an equal stake in unlocking each part of the song, if you will. So,
Dante, how many times have you thrown food across the table in disagreement?
I think it's the other way around, actually. You know. But, yeah. It's Giancarlo who's throwing me through the window. You know. But in any case, I do a lot of the from the start. Giancarlo's always been the kind of Noel Gallagher. He writes all the lyrics. Anthony writes lyrics too.
yeah, we all write lyrics.
I mean, we all write, but I do more of the. I don't really personally write lyrics. I mean, as a drummer, except if you're Neil Peart, you don't really write too many lyrics. But I mean, personally, I don't really write lyrics, but I do like. I have a good ear because I did. I was in the concert band back in high school, so it's just having that ear. Like, hey, this sounds good. Oh, like, can we arrange that part? For instance, in Sub Rosa, during the breakdown, where the and I'll find, that kind of like I do a cymbal choke there. That was actually an error.
It was a mistake.
Yeah, when we
Nice.
first rehearsed it, with our old buddy, who helped us write it. But it's kind of like a Sweet Child of Mine, where Slash is kind of playing around with like this guitar riff, and then he wrote Sweet Child of Mine. So it's kind of just that like arranging that I do best, and then we kind of just evaluate it and say, hey, that's pretty kick ass.
Yeah.
So,
End of the day, if one guy is not sure where to go, the other guy picks up the slack, and before you know it, we get a song written.
I like that. It's pretty cool.
Can I chime in really quick?
Sure, go right ahead.
To say the least, we serve the song, not ourselves. And we all do that. We serve the song.
I like that a lot.
Whether that's my idea gets shot down, fucking whoever's fucking Joe Schmo's idea gets shot down, then it's like, okay, well, maybe next time we'll have something good. And a lot of times, like, we all put stuff together equally, and it's great.
It's amazing how the bands that are striving for the goal and working hard and are newer on the scene, however you want to put it, always understand that. Where these big bands, you always hear about these fights, arguments, disagreements. Look, it's not always going to come out perfect. You got to realize your piece is going to sometimes fall on the floor. And then, like I said, next time around, your piece might be the part dominating the song. So I like the way you guys do it. I really do. Real quick, I want to start. Let's start with Andy. Go from Andy to Matt, over to Anthony, and then the brothers. One, and why? One, musical influence. Somebody who you like their sound, or they motivate you to do music, or you want to emulate in any certain way, and why. We'll start with Andy. Give us one name.
As a musician that I like?
Yeah.
Well, the guy who kind of inspired me to get into this to begin with, was back when I was like 12 years old, was Geddy Lee.
Yes.
Geddy Lee was, to this day, I still think he's my all-time favorite bass player. No questions asked. I just really liked what he did with the song, with his songs, and I really like his tone and just everything about his writing, his licks, everything. I'm a huge fan of Geddy Lee. Yeah.
Pretty cool. We'll go to Matt. I made it short.
One's a hard choice.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it started with me with Van Halen, because it's the ultimate. It's everything all in one. It's James Brown, it's disco, it's dance, it's pop, it's and at the end of the day, it's rock and roll, and nobody does it better than Eddie Van Halen. And that's it. I use the EVH amps. You see that name, there's no questions. It's the best.
Right. So many people use them nowadays too, which is cool to see.
Oh yeah, they're great.
That's an awesome one. We'll go over to Anthony, and what's it for you?
For me, it started with Elton John.
Nice.
So I went to a concert at the DCU Center, the old Centrum in Worcester, Massachusetts. When I was 15 years old, I was in 10th grade. So that was my first real concert ever. And from that moment on, I knew that I wanted to play the piano. I was already playing by ear, but nothing really official yet. So I signed up for lessons, took lessons all throughout high school. And that's what really got me into piano. So if it wasn't for that concert and for Elton John and seeing, him and spending hours and hours and hours on YouTube just watching his concerts, or even just him sitting down and him talking about his music and his process, I don't know if I would be playing piano. So
Wow, kind of like an epiphany, if you will, that whole experience, which is pretty awesome.
for sure.
Yeah, that blows my mind. It's amazing. Like you just hear somebody and you're like, you know what? I'm going to start playing, and that's great. And like I said, you've gotten where you are so far, and we love it. Dante, is there one for you that sticks out?
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of the same way. There's not just one artist that influences you because, like I listen to music from like the 40s, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis to, the Chainsmokers. So there's like a lot of, if I had to pick one, yeah, but if I had to pick one, definitely, the blueprint for rock and roll, of course, the Beatles. Ringo Starr. Very simple drummer. He used 4 drums, so you don't need a whole lot of equipment to sound good. There's
Sure.
a difference between, Neil Peart and Ringo, but for me, it was Ringo. Just that song, Ticket to Ride. I think that was one of the first songs I learned how to play on the drums next to the Lemon song off of Zeppelin 2. But, just pretty easy songs, it's like any drummer would, fall in love with Ringo first because he's cool, and it's just the Beatles. They don't have one bad song. We kind of, Carl and I go back and forth. Like he's a Stones guy, I'm a Beatles guy,
Same.
so we kind of go back and
I'm a
forth. It's
Stones guy.
like, but the they're both kind of the same in a way, but they're very different sort of. But it just goes back to the basics. The Beatles is everything you wanted, like anything that every rock band would want. It's like they're pop, but then they're rock. So yeah, just stuff like that.
I like the outlook on the simple drumming because I remember hearing Jack White, of course, talk about Meg White, and he said there wasn't much to really throw out there. Couple of drum pieces to just make the right sounds, and the guitar would carry the rest. And I tell you what, I didn't even notice she didn't know how to play drums until he taught her, and then he said, "Let's put out an album." That kind of blew my mind. But
Right.
like I said, if you sometimes just keep it simple.
Right.
Johnny, how about you? One person that stands out.
So again, tough question. Everybody knows it. I grew up listening to Motown and opera and R&B and heavy metal, you name it. But if there's one band that personifies it all and kind of set the pace after, surprise, surprise, Dante kind of gave it away. But for me, if I had to pick a desert island band or artist that personifies the certain type of attitude of rock and roll that I love, it's got to be the Stones. I mean,
Nice.
I could. They're all close to me. I'm a big Guns N' Roses guy. I'm a big Aerosmith guy. But I think after the Beatles, the Stones kind of laid the blueprint for that sort of, bad boy
Right.
sort of
Perfectly said.
attitude in rock and roll. I mean, that Aerosmith ripped and the Guns N' Roses subsequently, and newer bands like Dirty Honey and, Black Crowes in the 90s, maybe a little bit. But the Stones, I mean, I could go on and on about Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, but the thing I love about that band is that there's a song for every occasion. I mean, you take something like Wild Horses as a ballad, or you take Start Me Up or Jumpin' Jack Flash. There's a song for when you're pissed off. There's a song for when you're happy. There's a song for when it's your birthday or when you graduated from college, or there's a song for a love song or when you're ready to chill out. So I'd say the Stones, and I'll probably die on that hill.
I'm with you, and people laugh because I'm not the biggest Beatles guy. I'm more of a Stones guy and a Who guy, and I was also a Beach Boys guy. I'm like, yeah, the sound really came from the Beach Boys and then the Beatles. But like you said, there's a different attitude behind it. Beach Boys were kind of like fit into this surfer kind of thing. Beatles were like, all right, this is a rock band. And then Rolling Stones said, okay, this is a rock band if you're bad boys. Well put. That's perfect. It's great stuff.
Just
So
the
you said,
attitude at the end of the day. So
yeah, pretty much. I know you guys said you have a new album coming out. Do you have a date? Does anybody want to jump on that one? Is there a date coming for your new stuff?
I don't want to give anything away too much, but definitely sometime this year, sooner than later. We're hopefully going to have it done before the fall, but anything can happen. We're actually going to be going out to LA at the end of the summer, playing at the Whiskey A Go Go.
Saw that. That's amazing. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Great venue.
Thank you. Yeah, it's we're just ecstatic that we can do it. So if we have a deliverable in hand for that, that's the goal. So
That's good. Sounds great. And a couple of bands around here have made their way out, and other bands making their way out to Whiskey A Go Go. And it seems like the home for like a nice 4 or 5 piece band that really gets back to the classic sounds of rock and the roots of rock. And you dudes are certainly that. I'm a massive fan. When the new stuff comes out, maybe invite you back. Have you guys come out and do this again?
absolutely,
Hell yeah.
we're totally down, and we're always down to take a trip to Philly as well. Maybe grab you a cocktail, get you a T-shirt or some merch, and have a hoagie at the end of the day. Maybe
There
watch
you go. Yeah, we'll do it in the fall, definitely. You got to watch the defending Super Bowl champion Birds. I don't know. Well, you guys got to say that for years, so I can't even knock you. Everybody out there, if you want to know more information when the new music comes out, shows, places in your area, you could find Verona Rose right now on Facebook. Verona Rose. Instagram, one long word, Verona Rose Band. There's a website, www.veronaroseband.com. Their music is on Apple Music. Trust me, I got it all already loaded. Spotify, YouTube. New single, the cover of Rock and Roll Star, which is phenomenal, is out right now. We're going to play a few more songs from the band later on. I want to thank Johnny. I want to thank Dante. I want to thank Anthony, Andy, Matt. Thank you guys so much. You're an incredible band, one of my absolute new favorites. Like I said, your music's all loaded up here, and I look forward to new stuff and doing this again. Thank you guys so much.
Jeff, thank you so much, man. So happy we could do this. Great
Thanks,
show.
Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you, guys. We'll talk soon. Verona Rose, everybody. We will take them out one at a time there. We thank the guys so much. And I always say it, and I mean it. Oh, sorry, did we get that? I always say it, and I mean it. We go undefeated. Every band that comes on here and every guest that comes on here is smart. They have an agenda and what they want to talk about and how they want to talk about it. And I'm sure, like I said, the difference is I don't give out. Like, I've had one PR person through all the years say, do me a favor, send me a list of the questions. I'm like, I kind of don't like doing that. I kind of like just like flying off with questions and having the gut reaction. That's why I love doing it live, also not recording. And so many of the guests, as we're cooking between 2 nights, close to 500 shows, all the guests already, like, they know the answer. They have the answer, and they all just say it out so perfectly. And I love it. And I think everybody did such a great job tonight. I love the guys. And, they apologize for being late. No, this is your half hour, man. You can come in 1 minute before. It's your half hour here on the show. We do it Tuesdays and Wednesday nights. Great band, Verona Rose. We're going to play another song from the band. They mentioned City Car, so why not play that one real quick? No video on this one, but that's okay. Terrific song. Verona Rose, tonight's very special guest with their hit City Car. It's a little over 4 minutes long. We'll play it here. We'll come back in a few minutes, talk about a lot. This is the Yo Show, live Tuesday night. Enjoy City Car by tonight's guest, Verona Rose, and we'll be right back.
That city car's gonna take you places you
Totally messed that up. Let's, you got to go back here. You know what it is? I got the screen in a different spot tonight. All right, let's go back here. Let's go back to City Car. Let's go back to the beginning. And let's try this again. This is, once again, the Yo Show Tuesday night. City Car by tonight's guest, Verona Rose, and we'll be right back.
That city car's gonna take you places you never been. Forgive you of this life of sin, and bless your soul, my child. Hey, city car's gonna take your mind and breath away. Make it be like
Oh, yeah.
Your soul, my child. Leave your hotel, grab the taxi down the lane. Serotonin's got the best of you last night, but not today.
All right, absolutely terrific. Tonight's guest, Verona Rose at City Car. JD Wolf said his new favorite band. Let that on there. Don't forget you can find this excellent band and their music and a little bit of getting to know you by finding them on social media. Of course, we do a lot these days. Everybody does it. Heck, I do it. Keeps me afloat. Keeps me afloat for like going on 8 years. Facebook, of course, Verona Rose, Verona, Verona Rose. Instagram, one long word, Verona Rose Band. There's a website, www.veronaroseband.com. Their music is, as I said, Apple Music, because I know I got it all nice and loaded up here. Spotify, YouTube. The latest single is the remake Rock and Roll Star out now. It's fantastic. And I love that band, love finding them, and I feel, as always, very, very lucky to land such great guests. Let's do a little something here. City Car. Oh, yeah, thank you. Left the banner up. That's how good it is. Now I can't find it. It's you. It's definitely me. It's not you, it's me. Here it is. I'll lose that. Thank you. So I want to take a look at some new stuff. Like we used to do that man cave score thing where I would like show all kind of crazy stuff I picked up. And I haven't done it in a while. But over the last couple of days, I've accumulated some really cool stuff. So I'm going to share it with everybody. Of course, I'm going to start off with this awesome Fat Mez shirt that my wife got me. And the sticker, of course. It's their dog Cooter. The local rock stars Fat Mez. Over the past weekend, key concerts, I got to see my good friends Stu and Phyllis. And two really great things. The first one is this light. I don't know if you can see this. It actually does light up on the inside. It's a microphone holding a guitar. He said, it kind of reminds me of your logo. Just a little bit. He said, so I had to get it for you. And when you plug it in USB, it lights up. Pretty cool. Look at that bad boy. My little guitar dude. Trust me, a bigger table's coming soon because this thing... I am out of room. Set him up over there. And then I got this awesome, also from Stu, Bryce Harper jersey. Look at this bad boy. It's got like the stars and stripes on the sleeves. Got Bryce Harper on the back. This thing, this is awesome. I love it. It's always great to see Stu and Phyllis. I did not expect these, so, I like gifts. I accept gifts for everybody out there. You want one? You want one what? The microphone dude or the Bryce Harper? Because that thing is awesome. So that was from them. And, of course, over the weekend, finally got to see Moonroof after all these years and being a guest on our show several times. They played Key Concert Series, and I got a set list. Great set list. Great performance, and like I said, Teenage Dirtbag for my wife there. They closed out Mr. Brightside. So again, they said put in a couple of covers along with your originals. And that's what they did. Some great originals. JD's got a question. Go ahead, shoot. He raised his hand nicely. We're waiting though. I got a good idea when I make these slight little changes. Going to get a Jeopardy theme song sound effect. Because Lord knows we need it. Oh. what are you going to do with all those lists? It's a great question because the other day I was going through, I said, we're on a construction a little bit. So I'm going through them all. My wife's like, you know what? You kind of ruined this whole project because you didn't mark down who's what from when. And I'm like, oh, yeah. She's like, you didn't mark down the name of the band at the top. I know I recognize a lot of songs. She said you should have dated them, timed them. I tried to get some of them signed, but I got tons of them. And I was thinking, like, if we revamp, we change the studio around, maybe the Funko Pops go away. And all my archive stuff and pictures and autographs go, I don't know. Either way, I'm keeping them forever. And when all these bands become big and famous, I'll have a little piece of them. Oh boy, indeed. I'm a mess. A little bit. See, a little bit of a mess. I belch a lot lately. But yeah, coming off my 5-day, back to work tomorrow. That's okay, because Astro Fells will get me through the day. They'll be here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We're going to talk about their new music. We're going to talk about the performance this weekend at Harris. We're excited for that. Love me some Astro Fells. Do not change anything. Not so much. I'm probably going to keep the Funko Pops, but there is a change coming in the production of it, if you will. Some upgraded sound, some upgraded equipment to make it even more crystal clear. Bigger tables, spreading out the room. Surprises. A lot of stuff. Nothing too crazy, but crazy enough. Trust me. I like to smile and get giddy. I want to play another one from Verona Rose. I'm a big fan. Let's play Ghost. Just want to talk about Ghost, parentheses, 3 a.m. It's a good rock tune right here. I love it. I love this band. Got to give them the Philly. Somewhere in the Key Concert Series vicinity. How about it? Verona Rose. This is Ghost. This is the Yo Show. We'll be back. 2:37. That's a quick one. We'll come back and talk a little bit about who's coming up on the program. Stick around.
Thank you. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:37. 2:
Yes! Verona Rose, 3 a.m. Another great song from this band. I love it. Thrilled to have them tonight. And remember, you can find them. All the links are down below. After the program, make sure you look them up on Facebook at Verona Rose. Instagram is one word, Verona Rose Band. Website, www.veronaroseband.com. Music is on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all the sites we mentioned earlier. Great band. Let's do a few topics. So we got them. I'm going to do this thing. This is weird. I'll probably do this again tomorrow night because I want to make sure everybody sees it whether live or recorded. So I saw this article today, birthcertificates.com. Came out and listed the 10 most banned baby names. It's actually illegal to name your child one of these 10. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if you pay a fine. But here they are. Up close and personal. 10 banned baby names per birthcertificates.com. And of course, King. Somebody might tell LeBron James that King is on there. Next one is Queen. Well, if you can't be a king, you can't be a queen. I agree. I love them guys. Terrific. Remind me of a Dark Fly, a little Dark Fly, a little Steal the Night kind of thing. Queen is on the list of banned baby names. Next one, I mean, this is elementary. Who would ever name their kid Jesus Christ? Like, seriously. John Simons, did you get a hold of the script? Save that answer for later. He's right there, Adolf Hitler. I mean, first of all, Adolf Hitler is weird enough. Just to call it Adolf at all is a little bizarre. That's on the list. Now, the Roman numeral 3 was on the list. Hey, what are the parents on these days? 3? Here's one. Now, come on. Parents should be thrown in jail if they name their kid this. Santa Claus. Who else naming their kid Santa Claus? This list is weirder than I thought. Let's argue coming up next. Majesty. Not fair because a lot of people call me that. I get it. We said Adolf Hitler. Messiah. All right, man. Sounds like a football player. Messiah Reynolds, running back. This next one's great. How can you even name your kid this? I don't know. I know what to call it anymore. It's called at. And, well, the last one now, generations have changed and parenthood has changed. And I really got to wonder why anybody would name their child 1069. However, you can't because it's banned. Pickle. Well, pickle, I guess, is not one of the top 10. But 1069 is. I don't even know what that means. Maybe I'm behind it. That's why I need co-hosts in here. Another insight. And then the intern. We need them all back. Because there's something here I'm missing. 1069? I don't know. That's the top 10 banned names from birthcertificates.com. I did bring back another segment. Let's do Let's Argue as people come back in here. Love to do this. Love putting people on the spot and picking a group of items. They got to get rid of one. So one of these has to go. One of these 4 movies has to go. The Goonies. My pick, by the way. Back to the Future. E.T. or Stand By Me. Pretty good list, right? Pretty good movies, right? That's why this baby's called Let's Argue. It's not Let's Be Best Friends. Let's Argue. I'm still here. Don't worry, my voice is going back. Somebody says pay to hide behind the banners, but you need the banner to play along. So here we go. They're going to be in order of the ones people wanted the most to keep, least likely to be banned. Back to the Future with 8 measly voice. Wow! What? E.T. Another E.T. What's up, Rudy? Another E.T. 2 E.T.s? Man. All right. E.T.'s getting slaughtered here. But Back to the Future got the least. I'm glad. I really enjoy Back to the Future. And I always love Michael J. Fox. It's a great movie. Creative. Inventive. I like it. Next was Stand By Me. I was kind of shocked. I figured this would get beat down pretty hard. Because of the story that, well, it was cool and a good story. It could have been done any different way with any different people in any different time. But also a lot of great actors in that. Young. Will Wheaton, Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connell, and River Phoenix. Movie's alright. I don't know. But how tough. Only 22 people voted that one down. Stand By Me was my life. Well, I mean, hey, it was, a lot of people said, yeah, there's like a part of me in that movie. And everybody seemed to relate to one of those kids somehow. So, okay, I'll stick with that. It's a good one. Next up was Goonies with 26 votes. It was a problem in my household. My wife adores this movie. She's got a Goonies t-shirt. She's seen it a million times. I watched it twice and I didn't like it either time. Just was not this great classic that everybody made out to me in my eyes. That's me. Movies like Pizza Boy were big for me with Patrick Dempsey and Nancy Valen, who's been on the show quite a few times, by the way. 3 times, Nancy Valen? Love Nancy Valen. Okay, and last, E.T. 30 people want to trash E.T. out of the 56, 78, and 8. Out of the 86 people that voted, 30 of them want to get rid of E.T. A little crazy, right? I'm shocked by that. But E.T. bringing up the rear, first movie to get chucked. I like this. There's a, let me get out of here real quick. And then share this. Because this is cool. I love when people do, when guests do this. Verona Rose, thank you for having us on. Jeff Perini, and thank you for everyone's kind words and support. Can't wait to do it again. We would love to get to Philly ASAP. John Simons, let's find a venue for these dudes and get them out there. And put them on a bill with like Dark Fly and Steal the Night and bands like that. So, yeah, man, that's music. Rocky Road. I don't know. But E.T. out of here. And thank you for running the road. We appreciate that. Love you guys. Great performance. Yeah, definitely, John. Look them up, man. They would do these key concert series things, and there's venues around here and other people that we can get you to work with to have a great night. You know what I mean? And rock out here. And we get people. It depends. Sometimes you get, usually you know how it is. You get like 20 people. Sometimes you get like 50 people, 100 people. It all depends. We try. We work hard. We do a lot of the promoting and all that, too, to try and get the people out. There's a lot of people like, I support local music and original music. Nah, you got to support original music and get the original music shoes. Like you said, covers are cool. Mix in some covers. Give us some original. Give it a little bit of all that. My man, Todd Friedhouse. Hey, Jeff, question. Do you ever think there comes a time when you show all kinds of support over and over and never get back and say, screw it? You know what, Todd? Here's the thing with that, dude. And I'm going to say this 110%. For me, it's such a love and a passion to see bands perform like yours, of course, and see your awesome drum kit, one of the coolest drum kits around. Knowing I still get to go out and see that and be a part of the experience works for me. It soothes me. It's almost like a piece of my heart. And that's why when I see other people who say, "Oh, I got a music podcast and I support local artists and original artists, this, that, and the other thing," that don't go to shows, don't buy merch, don't get engulfed, don't share. It blows my mind a little bit. This for me is a love and a passion. It is actually something that me and my wife became part of. I agree, John. It's a great question. I'm going to leave it up there. My wife said, I love going now. I hate missing things. And she's found bands she loves. She started playing bass. And we talked about it because our wedding was a music-themed wedding. Rock. We had our sign-in thing, instead of being a book, was a poster. A big guitar that says music and all the different words, and people signed that. And we had old 45s as table spots. And then we had record place card holders we found that were coasters. And so I live for this, man. I love music so much. And John will tell you, like the other night, Key Concert Series, Grimjacks played a Doors tune, and they brought Tim Cole up also to do his thing. And watching everybody have so much fun. Tim was having a great time. The boys were, and Jordan, everybody was having a blast. And everybody in the crowd who knew those songs were singing it, high-fiving each other, etc. You can't take away, from me at least, the emotional thrill that I get from watching people perform, listening to music, being out there and being a part of it. And Todd, I do appreciate that being asked. A lot of people are like, well, is there ever a point where you get sick of not making money? No. Like I said, I got a bunch of stuff to revamp what we do here to make it even crisper. There's ever nights that you really just don't want to go? Not really. I mean, there's nights I don't feel good and I don't make it. But most nights I want to be there. I want to be at every place. And like John Simon said, you can't always be everywhere for everybody at every time. And that hurts. I wish it was 10 of me to see everybody in different parts of town. A lot of you have become such good friends of mine. When I go to a venue, Todd, and I see you perform, we get the hello, we get the handshake, a little bit of how you doing. And all these bands have really taken me in that nature where they become friends. And I love that. So yeah, man, I don't think I'll ever say screw it. I joke around about dying behind this mic. I don't see that happening. And if it does, it's going to be a sad day for me. And even if by chance I stop doing the show, and even if I stop sharing artist stuff, I'm still going to go out and watch people perform. That's who I am. That's what I do. I agree. If it's truly what we love, you can't put a price on it. And every once in a while, I'll do a gig and get thrown some money for certain things. And that's cool. And I like that, and I appreciate that. But it's not the end game. It's not what really drives me. Thank you for that question, man. Again, put me in my feels. Long time ago, like 8 years ago, like I said, when me and Joel got together, and I said, all right, let's get a premise for the show. What do you want to do? And said, I like the idea of entertainment and having guests. He said, let's really dig into the Philly music scene, though. Let's get local bands and local artists and originals and get them on here and talk about their stuff. And I tell you what, man, it goes over so well. A lot of people say, yeah, man, we felt like superstars that night. We appreciate coming on. And a lot of people love it. You talk about it, I think once or twice out of all the episodes and all the people I still have to get on here and get messages back from, etc. I've never heard a bad word. Everybody says it feels cool. It's like you're being interviewed on TV. A lot of people say I do a great job, and messages come in from people. Thank you, dude. Thank you for asking that. It's a brilliant question. It really makes me feel good. And like I said, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, if anybody stumbles across this and says, let's see this show, and they get to hear that, believe me, man, it's from the heart. This isn't, I hate to say this. This isn't like an act. This isn't just like, I don't put on a face to come here. It's pretty much me. Like I said, when I'm sitting here, it's like we're all in a room hanging out, having a cocktail or two or something, and talking music, and listening to music, and, kind of getting our feel. And I love that, man. I love when people show up and come out for that. It makes me feel great. It really does. So thank you, dude. It means a lot. I'm going to go back and watch this maybe as soon as I'm done because I want to hear what I said again. We're going to go back to Man Cave things, scores. We did the Bryce Harper jersey, which is awesome. We did the microphone dude. And then my nephew hit me with first, my new mouse, once the new setup's there. Of course, my Spider-Man mouse, wireless. Picked this up today at 5 and beyond. So no more 5 below. But I love this little Spider-Man mouse. Very excited. I'm such a kid. I'm so easily amused. This thing, like, I was running around the store like a little juvenile, just thrilled. Silly. And my favorite. Now my nephew made these for himself, and I'm like, I really like that. I said, can you make some for me and put a Yosho logo on it? And of course, people are saying, why do you want a Yosho logo on this? And don't matter. He made these. He made these. Made these football helmets. Plastic football helmets with the Yosho logo. There's one in white. And there's one in black. And I'm like, yeah, I absolutely love these. And he's like, what are you going to do with them? I'm like, I don't know, maybe have a superstar sign one? Or I don't know. But I love them. And somebody said, now you got to get a podium behind you where we're standing something to show these off. Yeah, I guess I should. And his wife added a neat little touch. She put the Yosho on the front. Kind of like my wife did with the hat. Which that hat is so destroyed. It's from a sweatbox. So thank you to my nephew, Michael Perini Jr. for these buttes. I love these things. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Do we have our emojis, of course? Thumbs up. Jen Brosis in the house. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for stopping by. Todd Fry, of course. Thank you, dude. Big fan. Love your drumming. Giancarlo Maglietta, I'm pretty sure I know who that is. My man Rich Buscemi and my wife Cassie Perini. Thank you, honey. We're working on things. She's like, I need a room to practice my bass. And I said, I need a room where we can do the podcast and maybe even make it big enough that people can stop by. So we're going on that. We're going to rearrange a little bit. A little bit. We have one more song from Verona Rose. I'll be damned if I'm not going to play. I've got about 20 minutes left. I'm going to play this song. I'm going to come back. I'm going to tell you who's on the show. I'm going to tell you about some great shows coming up in our area. And then we're going to leave. I'm going to do some homework and get ready for Astro Fells tomorrow night. But for tonight, Verona Rose, Walk. This is the 4th selection we have from them this evening off their EP. Enjoy it. We'll be back in about 3.5 minutes. This is the Yo Show. We are live. So that means it's Tuesday night. We'll be right back.
So there you are, 3,000 miles away. Know that you've been thinking about me all day. Give me a reason why I should walk on home, girl. Give me a reason why I should stay here with you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're out alone for a little while. The kind of love that makes you question everything and wonder why. So there you are, 3,000 miles away. I know that you've been thinking about me all day. Give me a reason why I should stay with you, girl. Give me a reason
That is a gorgeous, gorgeous number on every avenue. Verona Rose, Walk, terrific song. Johnny and Dante on that one. They said it used to be a two-piece. Amazing, because all their songs sound absolutely incredible. Thank the guys for new requests and following along. And like I said, if there's a way to get you out here, we certainly would absolutely love to do it. We love our artists. We love our musicians. We love our music from every stretch, no matter where they are, here at the U Show. Thank you to the guys. Let's see. More topics? Sure. I don't even want to say that one. We'll go to this one. Mr. Mark Marin, who is a podcast legend, the WTF podcast, is bringing it to an end. First ever podcast to be, I guess, available at the Library of Congress. And he's ending it. And that makes me a little sad. Like, you hate to think that there comes a time when someone's like, ugh, enough of this crap. Or creating it, or etc. Or maybe it's on its way to other things you really don't know. Maybe you should have turned it over to me. WTF, yo. WTF, yo. Like we're out of the streets of Philly. But yeah, the WTF podcast is coming to an end. If you are a big fan of it and you love it, you now have a new home. You can come here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and hang out with me. And great bands and great people. And great everything. Iron Maiden is the latest to get up in arms about the cell phone usage, and Bruce Dickinson called it truly disrespectful that the fans, not all the fans, will listen to the rule. Last concert, they asked, keep your cell phones in your pockets. Don't bring them out. Don't give everybody the experience. We're going to try this and the other thing. And he said the number of phones that went out didn't make him happy. Don't mess with Bruce Dickinson. The guy's a legend. But Iron Maiden is now the latest of bands that get kind of disappointed with the cell phones being out of concerts. And, I get it. People are like, well, you never watch the show. But you also do want to capture some of the moment. I know I capture stuff. And there's times I see bands, people are like, oh, you didn't film? I'm like, kind of just want to be a fan tonight. And there's times I'm glued with it and get some good stuff. And I go back and watch. So it's a tough call. Part of me's with it. Part of me's against it. But by all means, don't mess with Iron Maiden. Major League Baseball pitchers Lance McCullers and Boston Red Sox Liam Hendricks speak out about death threats and how they've been receiving them. The Major League Baseball players spoke out. McCullers said, look, my wife was on the phone discussing it with somebody. My young daughter heard it while walking close to the room and walked in and said, Daddy, are people really coming to get us? Like, are people really dislike us? Why do they dislike us? And I go with, I know this kind of stuff is around. It's not all that prevalent. You don't see it all the time. But there's always that little thing. And I'm starting to think as much as this might be a slap on the wrist, maybe it's gambling involved. Because gambling is such a big part of the game, and there's sites you can gamble on. So, yeah, okay, if I drop $1,000 on a game, and I'm watching Hendricks come in the 8th or the 9th, and he's going to blow the lead, yeah, I'm going to be pretty upset. But I'm not going to call his house, and I'm not going to send him an email or social media or anything of that nature and threaten the guy. It's a game. It's shame on me for betting it in the first place. Shame on me. Betting is not that it's a dirty thing. Tons of people do it. But if you're going to invest and you lose, shame on only me. I can't point a finger at anybody else. Falls on me. So, yeah, Major League pitchers, death threats, come on. There has got to be something more productive. Death threats, fake profiles on social media, and spam text. Have we nothing else? Have we nothing else? Pretty sure we do. Eesh. Start a podcast. I see everybody's got a podcast. Start your own. Knock it off. Saquon Barkley is going to be, as we talked about earlier, J.D. Wolf, the cover guy for Madden 2026. We've got a picture of right here. It's the infamous photo. Let's get the banner out of the way so you can see the whole thing. It's the photo of Saquon jumping over a Jacksonville Jaguar player. Would have been cooler if they used the actual photo. Like I seen them, they had the green room again. They kind of shot it and several takes and all that. But that's cool. I just worry about the Madden curse, the Madden jinx, whatever. I worry about that because Saquon was so darn good last year. Like one of the most amazing seasons in NFL history. And it came here from our rival Giants. And they had a Geno steak thing where it's got this billboard right on top of Geno steaks. And Saquon was there yesterday flipping some steaks. And he's a class guy. Amazing player. Big Saquon guy right here. But I do fear the curse. I want to go back to the Super Bowl. Or at least make sure Dallas doesn't get to the Super Bowl. 90 days away. NFL is back. Major League Baseball still off and running. And I say, oh, look, your Philadelphia Phillies are winning 8-3 in the top of the ninth over the Toronto Blue Jays. Team on a winning record. It's nice to be a team on a winning record. Trey Turner has 2 home runs tonight. I told that guy on social media, Trey Turner, just fine. Schwartz did not home run. Sorry, Harper, a couple from Turner. Phillies hanging in there. Right now it is Mike Lazer on the mound, and he's getting roasted. Get out of there. Chris Sanchez, 6 very strong innings. But there's more to sports than just baseball. Am I right? There sure is. We got 2 awesome finals set up. The NHL finals, the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. It's going to be a good series. Like, a lot of people are not hockey people. You got to become a hockey person. This features the Oilers, who have 2 of the best players in the league, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, as well as some other really good pieces, fast skaters, good puck movers. Very good team. Excited for them. Florida Panthers also have a terrific amount of talent, good skill. I think they're a little tougher. For Edmonton. Florida's won it before recently. I want to see the Oilers. This isn't the Gretzky Oilers. I don't hold ill will from the past. A different Oilers team. I'd like to see McDavid get a Stanley Cup here. Pulling for Edmonton. Won't make a prediction because then I gamble and I lose and then I got to threaten people. See how silly that sounds? But, yeah, Oilers, Panthers. This starts, I believe, tomorrow night. So after the O show with Astrophils, make sure you tune into, I guess, the 3rd period. Yeah, tomorrow night starts at 8. So by the time we're done, should be ready for the 3rd period, which is really the best of hockey. Thursday night on ABC, 8:30, the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, in which should be a terrific final series. Now I love the 4 teams. I know Florida won a couple years ago. I know Edmonton won it years and years past. But 4 teams this year that aren't really the absolute chalk. I like that. I'm excited for this Indiana. Did I say Indians, Pacers? Yes, I did. That stinks. But this Tyrese Halliburton, man, the playoffs this guy's put up, wow. And Pascal Siakam, they got a good team there in Indiana, so I'm not going to write them off. Oklahoma City, of course, Shai Alexander. A lot of people say he is the best player in the league right now. So it should be a good series. Again, I'm pulling for the Pacers. I know it sounds weird. It's cool that Oklahoma City, like the Midwest, has teams now in the finals. Very cool, but pulling for Indiana. So we're going with Edmonton, Indiana, and the Phillies. Now, does baseball have weird teams in first place? Let's take a look. So the Yankees, of course. Detroit, that's great. I love that, Detroit. Seattle, I like that, something new. Dodgers, of course. Chicago. Here's a weird one. The Mets are in first. I hate the Mets. God, Washington has gotten in the 3rd ahead of Atlanta. What has happened to Atlanta? And for you Ray Chase fans out there, Baltimore is in last at 22-36 in their division. All right, let's talk real quick about who's coming up on the program. And once again, I realized the banner took a poop, so we have no banner. That's okay. I can still do it. Read it off the phone. Because we got lots and lots of guests. And tomorrow night, as I said, Astro Fells is on the program right before the big show at Harrods and their new album and that awesome, sick logo. Look at that bad boy. Astro Fells tomorrow night, 8 o'clock on our show. Next week, very exciting, June 10th, it's Rachel and B, King Cherry, back on the program. We're going to talk about their new EP. We're going to talk about performing with Stone Temple Pilots and all that great stuff. And I have a guest co-host, Alexis, will be our podcast co-host. She does her own show all about Alexis, and she'll be here. And we'll talk to her about her show, and she will co-host the program with me and help me meet King Cherry, Rachel and B, making, I think, their 4th appearance. Next Tuesday night, next Wednesday night, we welcome Stephanie Grace, an awesome local artist, great singer, terrific person. That'll be next week. The following week, Tuesday, June 17th, Fight From Within is on the Yo Show. And, hold on a second. Let me find it real quick. That's how I do here. Fight From Within next week. And we will have, I had that young lady's name here and I lost it. So we gotta find it again. Taylor Moody will be our guest co-host. Taylor, of course, has her own podcast, Tay's Green Life podcast. So we have a couple of podcasters coming on and being guest co-hosts on the program the next couple of weeks. So that is the following Tuesday. Fight From Within, good hardcore metal band. Wednesday, June 18th, the one and only Kat Rivers in the Second Sight will be on the program. Super excited for that. Can't wait. She was just at Porch Fest this past weekend. Love herself some Kat Rivers. Tuesday, June 24th, Colouse and a special appearance by Vin from American Mosh Pits. Tuesday, June 24th, Vin from American Mosh Pits, the metal band Colouse, who Vin runs the show there, promotes them. We love it. They'll be on the program on the 24th. No show set yet for the 25th. Got a couple possibles. July 1st, it's Ashley Caroline from the band New Dilemma. She's cool. I like her a lot. Can't wait to have her on the program. No show listed yet for that. Wednesday, we come back July 8th with singer Anna Christina Cash. New PR firm we're working with too, so we're excited for that one. Tuesday, July 15th. Cancel everything you're doing. I know I love all my bands, but cancel life. July 15th. It is the one and only Atlas at Hold, a terrific band mixed with clean vocals and growl vocals. That's the stuff. It's like the Sydney Sweeney of music. Gracious. That is the 15th. And at the moment, I believe that's the last show we have scheduled, July 15th. So we got to get more people. I got a lot of people on the hook and talking about coming on, etc. And we'll work it all out. We get more people on this program. We got some good ones again. Don't forget, next Tuesday and Wednesday, it is King Cherry, Rachel MB, with Alexis as our guest co-host. Wednesday, June 11th, Stephanie Grace. We're going to try and get Cheyenne back, because I know she's a big Stephanie Grace fan. So we're trying to get Cheyenne back on the program as well and do it all here. Don't forget, once again, tomorrow night, Astro Fells is on our program. 8 p.m. start. Don't forget to catch Astro Fells at Harrah's this weekend. The Loud and Local featuring Strange Culture and Astro Fells. And, sorry, I still can't make it that band's name, sorry. Oh, Crown of Smoke. Ah, Crown of Smoke. Also, Jesus. That's this weekend as well. I want to remind everybody the awesome key concert program that's coming up as well. That's Saquon Barkley. We don't want that. We want this banner. Where'd the banner go? There it is. Key concert series. Rockfest, June 28th. Doors open at 6. The Cosmic Art Studio, 310 East High Street in Pottstown. So not only is it just music, but there's also a acoustic room as well. There's also vendors, and there's antique stuff to look at and admire. It's a very cool venue, and this The lineup is incredible. June 28th, Crooked Ways, Dark Fly, the Grimjacks, and the Jaspers play upstairs, downstairs in the acoustic lounge. 2 awesome acoustic sets. Burden of Guilt, our good friends Josh and Reese, and of course Justina and Sophie as well. All this 6 absolutely incredible bands. 1 very cool location. Come check it out. June 28th. Tickets are available. KeyConcertSeries.com for all your information. We're going to get out of here. Massive thank you to Verona Rose. Terrific band. Trying them in the Philly area. You can find Verona Rose, of course, Facebook at Verona Rose. Instagram, one long word, Verona Rose Band. The website is www.veronaroseband.com. Music is on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Their brand new single, the cover remake, Rock and Roll Stars, out right now. Brand new music coming out soon. No spoiler tonight. That's cool. We're going to get out of here just about 10 o'clock. St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn at www.stricketts.com off their brand new self-titled debut, St. Ricketts. Changes for the good are coming. Yo show just keeps getting that much better. And the amount of people say, we've heard of you, really makes me cry. It's awesome. I love it. Thank you, people. If you watch live, thank you. If not, if you watch recorded, I still love you. St. Ricketts. We had Tom in the house tonight from St. Ricketts, too. Thanks, Tom. Have a great night, folks. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Astrophil. Good night.
Was it truly bliss if the taste of it poison deeper than you know? Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of low? So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot burn. Wanted to embrace what it takes for it, pouring salt into the world. Willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot. Fire can't. Been searching for something, dancing for nothing, losing composure over and over. Truly bliss if the taste of it poison deeper than you know. Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of low? So